I want to talk about art supplies and the different types of art supplies that I recommend that my students get. First, I recommend that my students get a sketchbook. I say a 5x7 or larger. There's not really any need to go more than a 9x12. You certainly can if you want to. That's just more space to fill. This right here will do the trick. And if you go to any of the local art supply stores, they might even have them on sale. Usually 40 to 50% off. So check that out. Anyway, it's 60-pound paper, so it's pretty good thickness. It's a nice, what we call a tooth. It's nice and smooth. Makes for a good drawing. Anyway, sketchbook. The next item on the list would be just a regular old number 2 pencil. Number 2 pencil. For just making just quick little drawings. It's a soft lead. It's an HB. Good for taking notes, making drawings. It's not really good for getting very dark with any of your drawings, but it's still a good quality kind of pencil. Let's see, what's next on the list? I recommend that most students get a variety of drawing pencils. This pencil is a 2B. I recommend a 2B, a 4B, and maybe even a 6B, just to get some darkness. Now this one needs to be sharpened. This is a Prismacolor. It's a pretty good brand. This was this Prismacolor Scholar. Anyway, it does the trick. There are others out there. Anyway, drawing pencil. Next on the list, we have another kind of pencil. Ebony, also made by Prismacolor. They usually come in 2-packs. I think you can find them just one by itself, but if you want to get a better deal, a 2-pack is probably the way to go, and that way you'll have it for the entire year. They shouldn't run out. Now they do if you are the kind of person that likes to tap your pencils, the lead will break, and every time you sharpen it, it'll fall out. So I always suggest that you not tap your pencils because you don't want to break the lead inside. Next item on the list, a handheld pencil sharpener. Now this came 2 to a set. Let's just see if we can open it up here. This particular brand came from one of those stores. It was about $4. It comes with two different sharpeners. One with just the single hole, one with a double hole. One is for those big pencils, like this guy. Okay, so if you're the kind of person that likes the jumbo pencils, get yourself a jumbo sharpener. I always recommend that you have a handheld sharpener. That way you're not always having to get up to go sharpen your pencil. Next item on the list. What everybody always asks for, but nobody ever has. We have the Sharpie, or the permanent marker, however you want to call it. So this is the regular Sharpie. This one's kind of blunt. Looks like it's been used a lot. They're usually much sharper than that. But this is a regular Sharpie fine point, is what it says there. I don't know if you can see that. Fine point. Looks like it won't focus. Anyway, the fine point. Also, we have the ultra fine point Sharpie. Okay, for making smaller lines. I like the Sharpie pen. This is a little more expensive, but it does the job. It's a little more expensive, less expensive than other brands. These pens don't bleed. They don't go through the paper. They don't bleed out. They're just really good for some drawing. Anyway, Sharpies or felt tip markers. Next on the list, colored pencils. Sometimes you can find colored pencils. I recommend just a 12-pack. It gives you all your basic colors plus white and black. I found this on sale at one of those local hobby shops. Faber-Castell, pretty good brand. There are better brands out there, I'm sure, but this was on sale, so I got it. I got the kind that are they're triangular, so they don't roll. Nope, they just won't roll. So that means they won't roll off your desk. Anyway, if you can find the triangle ones, great. You don't need them; it's not required. Crayola makes a good color pencil as any. Next, crayons. Crayons. I don't have any crayons to show you, but you can get them cheap also at any local neighborhood market. Anyway, you can find them for 24 in a pack. I think I saw some on sale for 50 cents, maybe 75 cents. It gives you every color that you could possibly think of, and you can always mix them, so you'll be good to go for a while until you need to get another 50-cent set of 24 crayons. Let's see. Next, markers. Again, it doesn't matter what brand you get. These are Bic Intensity markers. Can you see that? And actually, it came in a big pack, but these are the basics. You got your primaries and your secondaries. I know there's a lot of controversy on what a primary color really is. This will work. This does the job. So if we wanted to get into color theory, we'll save that for something else entirely. Anyway, colored markers. Next on the list we have erasers. All right, so we got. I recommend having several types of erasers. So we have on the list a kneaded eraser, a art gum eraser, a vinyl white eraser, and if you can't get any of those, but you can find the good old pink pearl, hey, you do what you can. This is the same kind of eraser that you would find on the end of a pencil, like that. So let's see. Let's just take a look at these erasers. We got, for those of y'all that don't know, this is a General's kneaded eraser. And why is it called kneaded? Well, I'm about to show you. Because you can take this eraser, and it's double wrapped. Look at that. All right, you can take this eraser, and you can knead it just like it was dough. Some people have said, "Why do you have clay, Mr. Hill?" Well, I don't. It's an eraser. Okay, you can shape it into a point if you need to. Get in there and get some little fine spots, or you can just go at it with a big clump. If it ever gets dirty, you can just pull it apart, knead it back together, and it becomes good as new. So that's the kneaded eraser. Put that back in its package there. Then we have the art gum eraser. These erasers These erasers will tear apart before they tear up your paper. And they erase pretty well. Let's try it out. Where's that pencil? Of course, if it doesn't erase well, then I'll say don't get the bloom kind. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, not bad. So art gum erasers are art gum erasers. You still see a little bit. Let's see how the gum eraser does. Get it back out of its package here. Let's see if that'll pick up any more. Well, not too bad. Let's try this one now. When all else fails, we still got our pink pearl. See if we can pick up any more of that graphite. Not too bad. Can we still see it? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Anyway, I won't open this guy yet. He'll be for special occasions. Alright, let's see what's next on the list. Those are all the erasers. Oh, this is something that everybody needs again and nobody has. This is what I like to call a clear plastic ruler. Because that's what it is. A clear plastic ruler. Yep. Very important to have. Very important to have. And this one's nice and flexible too. You can find them cheap. Maybe not quite this flexible, but you can find them pretty cheap at your local super grocery store. What's next on the list? Let's see. A compass. Right, so a compass is not that thing that you tell direction by. A compass is a thing in the art world that makes circles. And if you're not sure how that works, I'll be happy to show you. Let's see, one side, the measurements are for inches. The other side is for centimeters. So if you ever want a, let's see, a 1-inch radius circle. I don't think this is exactly accurate, but we're just going to go with it. Then you put your point right there, and you draw your circle. Now you gotta be gentle with these. It doesn't take a lot of pressure. But they make great circles. Anyway, compass. Next on the list we have, well, it says an old shirt. So I always recommend that you bring some kind of old shirt, a big old shirt to cover up in case we're going to be painting or anything like that, because you don't want to get your clothes messed up. I also recommend that you have a supply box for all your supplies. Now there are two things that I failed to put on the list originally, but that definitely need to be on it. Glue. The liquid kind. We don't need the sticks. We need the liquid kind. It can go on smoother, get better coverage. It's just this, and you can even draw with it. And that can have applications in printmaking and things like that. So, a bottle of white school glue, the liquid kind. And I can always, I should have enough that I can refill it for you if you run out. School glue.